5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Start. The development of a nation is not merely dependent on the growth of its economy, but also on the moral character and social responsibility of its citizens. A nation may achieve high levels of industrial progress and technological innovation, but if the people lack discipline, honesty, and a sense of responsibility, such progress becomes shallow and unsustainable. The foundation of a strong and prosperous nation is laid upon the conduct of its individuals and the values they uphold in their personal and public lives. In recent years, there has been a growing concern regarding the decline of moral values in society. This decline is visible in various forms, such as dishonesty in professional dealings, corruption in administrative systems, disrespect towards elders and teachers, and a general lack of empathy and cooperation among individuals. These symptoms indicate a deep-rooted erosion of ethical principles that once formed the core of a well-functioning and harmonious society. One of the major contributors to this moral decline is the excessive focus on material success. Individuals are now more inclined to measure success in terms of wealth, property, and status. While financial stability and prosperity are important, they should not be the sole aim of human life. When individuals begin to compromise on honesty, kindness, and justice in pursuit of wealth, the entire social structure begins to deteriorate. The rise in fraudulent practices, tax evasion, and exploitation of the poor and the weak are all consequences of such a mindset. Another significant cause behind the weakening of values is the impact of modern media. While the media plays a vital role in informing and educating the public, it also carries a responsibility to promote positive values and inspire constructive behavior. Unfortunately, in the race for higher viewership and commercial gains, a large portion of media content today focuses on sensationalism, violence, and negativity. This constant exposure influences the minds of the younger generation, leading them to believe that unethical behavior is acceptable or even necessary for success. The education system, which is expected to shape the character of students, also falls short in this regard. The present system places greater emphasis on academic performance and examination results, often at the cost of moral education and value-based learning. Students are taught how to solve mathematical problems and memorize historical dates, but they are not given adequate guidance on how to become responsible citizens, respectful individuals, and empathetic human beings. Without proper moral grounding, the knowledge they acquire does not translate into constructive action for the betterment of society. Family, which is the first school for a child, also plays a crucial role in the moral development of individuals. Parents and elders are the earliest role models for children. when children observe their parents engaging in dishonest practices, speaking rudely, or neglecting social responsibilities, they tend to imitate the same behavior. On the other hand, when they see kindness, honesty, and patience being practiced at home, they are more likely to grow up with a strong moral foundation. Therefore, the conduct of parents and guardians is of great importance in shaping the future generation. The solution to this crisis lies in collective effort. Firstly, there must be a national movement to promote value-based education. Moral science should not be treated as a secondary subject. Instead, it must be integrated into the daily teaching process and given equal importance as other academic subjects. Teachers must be trained not just in their subjects, but also in how to impart values through their words and actions. Schools must encourage community service, team activities, and environmental awareness to help students develop compassion and responsibility. Secondly, the media should recognize its responsibility and work towards promoting content that inspires and educates the public. Stories of courage, honesty, selfless service, and positive change should be highlighted. Real-life examples of individuals who have worked for the upliftment of society without seeking personal gain should be brought to light. Such narratives have the power to motivate people and remind them of the importance of living a principled life. Thirdly, government institutions and public officials must set an example by conducting themselves with integrity and fairness. Laws against corruption and fraud must be enforced strictly, and those in positions of power must be held accountable for their actions. When citizens see justice being served without bias, their faith in the system is restored, and they are encouraged to follow the right path. A transparent and accountable administration builds the confidence of the people and promotes ethical behavior at all levels. Moreover, community initiatives and non-governmental organizations must take the lead in spreading awareness about moral values. Workshops, campaigns, and group discussions should be organized regularly to engage people in meaningful conversations about ethics and social responsibility. Special focus should be placed on reaching out to the youth, who are most susceptible to external influences and peer pressure. When young people are made to feel that their actions can make a difference, they are more likely to act with a sense of purpose and responsibility. Religious and spiritual teachings can also contribute significantly to the promotion of values. Every religion emphasizes love, compassion, truth, and respect for all beings. Religious leaders should use their influence to guide their followers towards a righteous way of life. However, care must be taken to ensure that religion is not used to create division or hatred among different communities. Instead, It should serve as a unifying force that encourages mutual respect and peaceful coexistence. In conclusion, the development of moral values in society is not an isolated task. It is the shared responsibility of individuals, families, educational institutions, media, government, and community organizations. When each section of society works in harmony towards building a value-based culture, the nation becomes stronger and more resilient. True development is not only measured by roads and buildings, but by the character and integrity of the people who inhabit the nation. Therefore, every citizen must recognize the importance of values and strive to practice them in everyday life. Stop.